world peace, good homes for orphan puppies. These are things that everybody in the world wants. And you can include on that list a She-Hulk season 2, something everybody wants. And everybody around the world has agreed upon in unison they want.
I would actually take that over the Shelter for Puppies.
Yeah, absolutely. I would take She-Hulk over Safety for Puppies. Yeah, but maybe not. She-Hulk was a show that I was really excited about. And I don't know if there was another Marvel Disney Plus show that disappointed me more than She-Hulk. And the funny thing is, it had potential. And you could see in it, there were elements there that they could have done well. But it just, to me, it was the great sin. Trying to be a comedy while absolutely failing at being funny. It was a hard show to watch and all that kind of stuff. But they never ruled out doing a second season. And now Marvel and their head of streaming and TV and animation, Brad Winderbaum, he just kind of implied that we may actually get a She-Hulk season 2. He said this is coming out to us from Comic Book Movie, wrote, Brad Winderbaum, the head of streaming, television and animation at Marvel Studios, recently sat down with the Escape Pod and made some startling admission about She-Hulk Attorney at Law. He said, I love She-Hulk. I'd love to make more She-Hulk. He stated before adding, I mean, I'll tell you this about She-Hulk. That was one of our best performing shows. It just hit the general audience. And later in the interview, he specified, it didn't land with a lot of the fans. He said, but it really landed with the general audience, he said. He then goes on to say, I would love the opportunity to make more She-Hulk. Honestly, hopefully one day, maybe. Winderbaum continued, hinting that perhaps we all haven't seen the last of his favorite Avenger after all. Okay. I have always stated and said that I have two seemingly diametrically opposed viewpoints in one head. On the one hand, I was insufferably disappointed with the She-Hulk series. I mean, Tatiana Maslany was perfect for the role. They had moments that were pretty good. Actually, some straight up. The Daredevil doing the walk of shame is still one of the greatest things I've ever seen on TV. And I will argue that to the day I die. I laughed my ass off on
Madison.
That. What's that? Madison. Yes. Yes. The Madison long stuff. That was good. I'll give credit where it's due. That was good. It had elements, but overall insufferably disappointed with the show. But at the same time, I have always felt that I would be open to a season 2 if they could identify what didn't work, recognize where they fell short, and make the show that it always had the promise of being. Because Rob, I think you and I both, when the show was first coming up, you and I were both loved the idea
I was very
about
excited.
an Ally McBeal legal procedural in the Marvel Cinematic Universe with She-Hulk at the center. Good comedy done well, if you could do that right, it could be a really special, different kind of show for Marvel. They squandered all that potential. But I've always kind of been of the mind that even though they swung and missed, I actually wouldn't mind seeing them taking another crack at it if they could do it right. So will it happen? I don't know, man. The guy who's in charge of all that sounds pretty positive on it. I don't mean positive that's happening, but very pro about it. And he says he'd like to do it. And he's the guy who's going to make the decision about it. I'd give it a 50-50 chance that it happens. But I'll just say this. As somebody who, like many of you, did not like season 1, sign me up as being somebody who I would absolutely be intrigued to see them do a hopefully improved, like season 2 of Rings of Power was a significant improvement over season 1. Maybe they can do that with She-Hulk. And if they can, I want to see it. Anyway, Rob, you hear this. Number one, would you want to see, or would you be interested in seeing them trying a second season of She-Hulk? And then listening to his comments, do you believe there will or won't be? What do you think?
Well, I mean, look, I was watching Wonder Man.
Oh,
and
so good.
I'm thinking to myself, here is a show that is built on a relationship with this crazy character that was introduced in Iron Man 3, Trevor Slattery, and we have a new character, Wonder Man. And the writing on that show, it's like they knew what they were making.
Yeah.
The writing staff knew the assignment, and that's true of any TV show. Any TV show lives and dies by its writing staff. I don't think the writing staff of She-Hulk had any clue as to what they were doing. They kind of understood it, but nobody was on the same page. They had from episode to episode, it was all over the place.
It never felt fluid.
No, and it was just a She-Hulk show could be great. Tatiana Maslany was great in the show.
Absolutely. She was not the problem.
They had all of these funny elements. I mean, first of all, you have a show where the idea is built in. How does our legal system deal with the problems that arise when metahumans are running around the world?
Yes, that's the show I wanted.
And at the same time, you have a metahuman herself who's become the legal face of all this, and she also wants to lead an ordinary life.
Yeah, her struggles of living now with what she's become in the type of world she's in. 100%.
I mean, that's your show. And when you look at a show like Wonder Man, they really had a handle on what it was they wanted to do. I mean, they never lost sight of the fact that these guys were actors, man. They were trying to get a part in a film, you know, and all of that, and navigating Los Angeles and doing all of this. This is what great writers do. They understand their shows. And look, they're servicing the premise and the characters. There shouldn't be anything beyond that. And, you know, one of the things that we forget as fans is it doesn't surprise me that somebody said that the head of programming or whatever said that that general audience is tuned in, because you didn't have to be. The promise was you didn't have to know everything about the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
And I'll give it that.
But the problem was it didn't succeed. They just didn't deliver. And John, I would like to see a She-Hulk show that worked.
Yeah.
You know, I look at these things as, you know, I've been reading comics for the better part of 50 years. And sometimes a writer's run on a comic and an artist is classic. You know, you remember forever. And then when they leave, a new writer-artist team comes on and they just suck.
Just like filler. It's like, oh,
you're like, what is this?
Yeah.
You know, what is this gobbledygook? And then a new writer and artist team come on and take up the mantle and turn any superheroes, one good writing team, a writer and artist team away from a classic run. There's no reason why they can't do another season of She-Hulk and just make it and call it something like She-Hulk Born Again, you know, whatever. I mean, call it anything you want, but give it a subtitle and do a soft reboot and do the story, the show you should have done from the beginning.
Because at the heart of it, I think you can to me, at least anyway, the problem with She-Hulk was that you had a writer's room writing a legal procedural comedy that neither understood legal procedural and certainly didn't understand comedy. You get a new, fresh writer's room in there, you could have something that really works, but we'll have to see. Guys, we want to take a second to thank the sponsor of today's video, Mando. Spring is in the air, and I gotta tell you, I am pumped to get back outside and start using the pool more. But let's be honest, warmer weather also means one thing: sweat. That's why I've been using Mando whole body deodorant, and guys, this stuff is amazing. Now look, I've tried a lot of deodorants over the years, but Mando is different because you can literally use it anywhere. I'm talking pits, chest, feet, even those hard to reach areas. And what surprised me the most is how well it actually works. So for me, what I personally love the most, it doesn't just cover up odor, it actually stops it before it starts. Mando was created by a doctor who saw how normal body odor was being misdiagnosed and mistreated, and they built this to actually solve the problem. It's clinically proven to control odor for up to 72 hours, and I can tell you from using it, it delivers. So here's the deal, guys. Don't just mask it. Mando it. Head to shopmando.com and get 20% off with my code CAMPEA. That's code CAMPEA at shopmando.com for 20% off site-wide. Again, go to shopmando.com, use the code CAMPEA, and get 20% off. Support the show and stay fresh out there. Trust me, Mando's got you covered. Guys, question is for you. What do you think about this? Brad Winterbaum, the head of Marvel Streaming, is saying he would actually like to go back and revisit She-Hulk, and he's saying with the possibility of them actually doing a season 2, maybe. Listen, I'd be totally down for it as much as I didn't like season 1. Anyway, whatever you guys think about it, jump down into the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. months. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.